What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. Um, I'm sad, man. I'm sad that 2025 is almost here and 24 is almost in the books, man. Time goes by so fast, and with it, so many things that we have gotten used to, friends and family members and things like that. And change, of course, comes. So, the team that was, and probably a lot of people say, great, I'm glad, I don't want nothing else from this team. But this 2024 team is going to change, and it's going to change a lot. The question is how much will it change? And, I'm going to say that, yeah, it needs to. Maybe I feel like there's a possibility that the Cowboys might change directions in what they're doing as opposed to what they're actually saying. We got Cowboys saying that things are going to be very, very tough or tight or really, really, whatever it was. It was really, really. I know it was two reallys in there. And we know that he is, the penny pincher. But we can't make that $143 million mistake again. And that $143 million mistake I'm talking about is Michael Gallup and Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele is like an enigma. Terrence Steele is a great run blocker, but he sucks in pass blocking. He really is. He's a liability in pass blocking. But you can't switch out and say, oh, you're our run back blocking tackle, and now we're going to bring in the pass blocking one. It doesn't work that way. But unfortunately, the Cowboys, after really one good season, and this is the problem with the Cowboys. After one good season, they go ahead and say, let's lock him down, especially when they've been injured. We cannot. This is the thing. We cannot do this. Michael Gallup. That one is one that I still shake my head on because Michael Gallup's second year, he was over 1,000 yards. He was incredible. He was incredible that year. The next year was like 800 some. The next year, he was injured and it was like 400 and some. And they decided, oh, we're going to pay that guy. We're going to pay him. And they paid him $57 million. That's where I get the $143 million. And for that contract of 30-some million that they paid him, they got about 850 yards in receiving in 2 years. And we still, even though he didn't play this year, we paid $4 million in dead money last year. We got $9 million that's already on the caps for next year. And if they decide to move on from Terrence Steele, we're talking about $13 million of dead money with him, just like we had with La'el Collins. And this is the pattern that we have. Now, we're not as bad as some teams with dead money, but see, here's the thing. The Cowboys would have been better off, I'm going to say this, the Cowboys would have been better off signing a free agent wide receiver or keeping Amari Cooper. They would have been better off signing a free agent wide receiver, basically running him for 2 years, than signing Michael Gallup. They spent $32 million for Michael Gallup to be here. You could have gotten a really good wide receiver for 2 years for $32 million. And the thing about this that drives me crazy is the Cowboys can't do this, is paying guys and relying on them coming back for injury. Now, I love Overshown. I love Diggs. But if you go into the game plan saying, oh, we're going to get those guys back at some point in the beginning of the season or the middle of the season and all that, you've already lost. You have already lost. Now, what I will say at least was, you try and find your spots where you can get a little bit of hope. And so Jerry Jones kind of admitted that they screwed the pooch on figuring that with Tyron Smith going. Tyron Smith did not have a good year. Not at all. Tyron Smith is done. We got a great year from last year he was here. That wasn't the issue of Tyron Smith going. The issue was replacing Tyron Smith. And the same thing about Biadasz. Biadasz, of course, was a veteran. He knew the system and the plays and things. Don't get me wrong. Cooper Beebe, to me, is a better one and is going to be better for a lot longer. That was a great move. But Jerry Jones kind of admitted, yeah, putting in 2 rookies, I kind of overshot my coverage, so to speak, here, or put it on a wing I'm summarizing. But basically thought, oh yeah, we can do that. And see, that's the thing. Shout out to Law Nation, because he said this when I was down in Dallas for the the Eagles game. He said the Cowboys never draft to complement. They always draft to replace. And that's exactly what we did. We let go a Pro Bowl center and an all-pro tackle. And what was our response? We're going to draft 2 guys and plug them in and expect them to be as good. And I think he realized, or maybe we're just beginning to realize, that that's not going to work. And that maybe they realize we have to have veterans here, that we can't just go ahead and say we're going to draft our way out of this if we're really talking about winning. So that's the hope that I have, is that Jerry Jones is finally waking up. And the fact that they're looking at this, maybe they're looking at this with different eyes, that this season's been so bad that they're realizing that they have to take ownership of part of it, because they didn't do anything. You let go 9 starters, guys. You only have 22 starters. You let go 9, and you did nothing to try and replace them other than believing in our guys, some of which are coming back from injuries. I kept saying, bringing back a guy like Stephon Gilmore was like an insurance policy for Diggs. Because I said, what if Diggs comes back and he's like Michael Gallup? Well, Diggs came back and he was okay. But then you didn't have Deron Bland. So had you made that move, bringing back Stephon Gilmore, you would have been covered. And you end up letting go Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, Hankins, and all that. And you didn't do anything about replacing those guys other than we're going to make trades late. If the Cowboys decide to move on from Mike McCarthy, I don't know that they're going to find somebody that's better. But you know what? I'm okay if they do want to. Typically after 5 years is when guys check out. I just hope that they don't just sit here and dick around and wait and just milk this thing out. Get it done. You want Micah Parsons here. Get the thing done and get ready for free agency and try and say, let's get a couple of ringers in here to help the squad. Yeah, we're going to get Dak back next year. Yeah, hopefully we keep Rico and things. And we have 8 draft picks, because we traded away a 7th and a 4th. But we've got a lot of draft picks where we can get some people to try and complement what we have. You sign Micah Parsons and you realize how much better that guy makes a team. Let's get some other guys that continue to make it even better. So I'm hoping that this is the awakening for Jerry Jones, that he's finally waking the F up and trying to do something different to get a different result. We'll talk about this more live stream 9 o'clock. See you there, guys.